So I've already pulled all those cards out. So let's go over that right quick. So um, as far as time goes, we're gonna do it on the normal setting, which is 7 time. So I'm gonna take 7 time tokens here. Doop-a-doo. So there's 3. Oh, does not have backs, or is that's a, oh, okay. Thought all these had the backs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so here's our, I got the 4 fate potentially that we could get. And here's our 7 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can see those. So there's our 7 time. Doop-a-doo. Henchmen. So we're going to have bandits and animal forest henchmen, and I've already pre-created the deck. Give it another quick shuffle right quick. All these have been shuffled, but we'll do it on screen. Alright, give it a quick shuffle there. Give it a quick cut. And number of heroes times 4 is the threat value. So in our case, 2 times 4, that's 8. So the first is a thieving giant bat, which is not going to be easy. Huh. Alright, and that's 3 points. That means we got 5 left. Then we have a mean wolf. Again, I'm sorry that's blurred. I don't know how to fix that. And actually, I think I'm going to end up just moving that because we're not going to end up using it. And then finally, we have a rabid forest wolf, which is a lot of points. Now that really sucks because that's 5 points. So we actually have 6 and 5 is 11. And then 3 more from the demonic owl. It's 14. And the wolves get 2 attacks. Now, granted, 13 to 18, basically 13 to 18 plus is nothing for these wolves. So hopefully they'll roll high enough where we won't see much of that. But we'll see. Hero actions, fight illusion. So one of the actions we can take is called fight illusion. Once per turn, we can pay X endurance and roll a d20. If the dice result is equal to 2 or below whatever you paid in endurance, you successfully touch the illusion with your hands. The leader swamp monster is defeated and removed from the game. So, and it's interesting because his hero card, or the swamp monster, actually has no stats. Why? Because it's an illusion. But it can definitely do lots of damage to you. It can heal. It can either the starting hero can take damage and gets rid of a card. They can take damage and reduce your endurance card. Evil energy. A random hero suffers 1d6, 11 to 12 evil boost. Heals the henchman furthest to the right row of villains for 2. Yeah, so not a cool dude. Okay. Right. So how is this going to work? So our starting hero is going to be Hilbert. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw 5 cards for each hero. And then we are going to return up to 2 cards. And then this is just what we do at the first part of combat. Before we start. Oh, it actually says we're supposed to randomly determine the first player, so I guess that's what we'll do. Okay, so we'll start with our boss here. So we have a free action. An adventure, an opponent suffers damage from an attack, pay this card to reduce their protection by 3 for that attack. So basically, getting rid of some armor. You can add some range to his ranged attack value. Add some dodge. He has a ranged attack with a crossbow, and he's got a wooden shield. I think I'm actually going to keep those. Because 2, 3, and 1, right? So those 3 cards are really cheap. And those are ones that can get us some immediate benefit. And these other 2, range is obviously nice, but it's not his thing. So even though the free action is nice to reduce the damage in general, I think it would be an okay card for endurance. Or if we can get a couple other cards that we can use for endurance, that's okay too. Okay, so let's take a look at... Wow. So this is Hilbert's. So we have a magic attack, Swarm of Hornets. It's a 1d6 plus 6 damage. It's a 4 cost. Then we've got a 3 cost that adds 3 to our magic. Sturdy Robes, Protection 1. Temple Donation, pay 2, Exhaust, take 1 Fate. So that's basically, for a couple endurance, we can grab a Fate. And then Martyr's Blessing. That's basically a permanent 1 damage reduction. Ooh, man, there's nothing bad. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna return the Swarm of Hornets. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna return Temple Donation, which, as much as I like it, I don't want to lose it, right? I mean, I don't want to. When I say I don't want to lose it, I can do with it not in my hand for a bit. I don't know. No, you know what? I'm just gonna keep all of them too. And those are so good. I think I'm just gonna keep them all, and hopefully whatever we draw will be okay. So I've got a bag here. Inside of this bag are the 2 counters for our heroes. So I'm going to give it a good shake. And could use a dice to do it, but this is how we're going to do it to make it a little bit more random. And we're going to go with, who's the first? Nope, it is Hilbert. So Hilbert will be the starting player. Alright. So the first thing we do is resolve at the start of turn cards, which I do not believe that there are that there are any. Rabid Forest Wolf. After placing the wolf, put the infected wound card under it. The first hero who loses health from one of the wolf's attacks has to shuffle that card into his draw pile. Oh man. So here's the, oh wait, what is that? Infected wound, here it is. So infected wound, just a scratch, you thought, when the beast bit you, but the speed at which the superficial scratch turns into a festering wound is alarming. You need to see a surgeon about this as soon as possible. If you draw this card from the draw pile into your hand, remove it from the game, you immediately lose 8 life. Holy crap, that sucks. what's the worst is we've got to deal with this before we can deal with him because of the stupid road card. Man. Put that out there like that so I'll remember. That's, oh. Let's hope there's some healing. Alright, so first things first. There are no start of turn, so everybody draws 2 cards. Hero draws 2 cards. He gets magical aptitude. Add 2 to your magic skill. And discard this card to change the result of a failed skill roll or attack roll to a 3. Friends of Fairies. So that's kind of a easy peasy, lemon squeezy, guaranteed success if you need a success. And Arbosh gets range test. An opponent loses 3. This does not count as an attack. That's it's a weapon. But as a thrown hatchet, that's a 1 use. Then we've got leather shield, armor, exhaust, protect 2. You may make your opponent reroll damage dice from the attack. The new result counts. Costs 3 to get out there. Okay. So let's. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to ready any unexhausted cards, which we don't need to do. Put up to 2 cards out. Alright, so I think the 2 cards I'm going to use for Hilbert for endurance cards, it's going to be the Sturdy Robes and the Temple Donation. Just because, I mean, as much as I'd like to have the Fates, I really need to just get some endurance out there. And if I use the other card that we saw earlier for damage reduction, then Sturdy Robes, while it's not bad, is not going to be of a huge help to me. So I'm going to put his hand down here, kind of off screen. Yeah, at the bottom of the screen. Endurance cards, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place them underneath the hero deck, and then as I use them, I'll flip them sideways like that. Okay, and then I'll place any cards that they're using over here so you can see those, and I'll try to keep their hand off the screen. So there's his 2, and then I think the 2 cards I'll use for Arbosh is the Suddenly Gone, and Athletics. Add 1 to your hero's dodge. The dodge I'm not too worried about, but there's a number of other good things like this wooden shield and such. Alright, so there's that. So we will start with Hilbert in terms of actual gameplay. And, well, we're definitely going to play Martyr's Blessing, the Liturgical Chant. We play this permanent, or not permanent, but a 1 damage reduction, except we have to pay 1 endurance at the end of our turn to maintain the card. So basically, it is costing us 1 endurance, but we don't do that till the end of the turn. If we don't pay that, it goes away. So we're going to do that. We're going to pay 1 to do a normal ranged attack with him against the Demonic Owl. The Demonic Owl has no defense. The end of each hero's turn, the owl. Huh. Did not read that. So, Demonic Owl. At the end of each hero's turn, the owl heals all of its health. So basically, you have to do 5 damage in a turn to destroy this thing. Ooh, special ability. Blessed. Pick one of your liturgical chants Don't pay the endurance cost at the end of your turn for this champ for the remainder of the game. Ooh. So here's the question. Do we want to go ahead and use that? Kind of like not knowing what other liturgical chants are out there. I kind of want to say yes. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And if we find out there's something better, then you guys know that I definitely didn't look ahead. Alright, so we're going to say yes. So actually we'll end up having 2 endurance. That'll open us up to some endurance. Alright, so let's do some rolling against the demonic owl. We rolled a 5. That's definitely a hit. So we want a 5 or a 6 on this because his damage is range just a 1d6. Oh, and we're going to flip his card over too so that we know that special ability's already been used. And a 1. Okay, well, that means the demonic owl, I mean, he's going to take 1, but at the end of our turn, because there's nothing else we can do, yep, there's nothing else we can do, so he will heal. Yay! That's just great. Alright, so Arbash is gonna go. Alright, so the question is, do we want to get a leather shield, get a wooden shield for 2, a leather shield for 3. Actually, thinking about that now, I should have probably just dropped one of these shields because it's kind of duplicate, but oh well. Too late. Too late. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay 1 to use the throwing hatchet. That is a red. See how it's got that red border? So that means that it's not a permanent. It's not going to stay out on the board. We're going to do a range test, and his range value is 10. Oh, we got a 12. So that missed. Boom. Well, there's his discard, and we'll go ahead and pay 1 more. Probably should have waited on that, but well. And we're gonna roll. Actually, I think I'm just gonna leave this over here because it's a little bit easier. We're gonna roll a melee attack. We just paid that cost, so we're looking for 14 or less, and we got a 3, so that's a hit. Again, a 5 or a 6. Yes! You see it. Right there it is. It's a 5. Which means that the demonic owl is removed. Yay! We like this. So I'm going to put this defeated henchman, I'll put it sideways over here. Cool. Sorta. Well, I mean, it is cool because we did defeat it, but now the part that sucks. This is the part where they get to attack us back. So, let's start with Swamp Monster. And his number of attacks is the number of people in the party, so he's going to get 2 attacks. So let's roll the d20 for his first attack. It is a 16. It just growls ferociously. No. Fiendishly. That's what we like. And a 12. Heals the henchman furthest to the right of the row of villains for 2. Well, he doesn't have anything to heal, so we're good there. Alright, so next is the Thieving Giant Bat with 1 attack. He rolled a 10. A 10 is Bloodsucking. The starting hero, that would be Hilbert, loses 1 life. The Thieving Giant Bat heals itself for 1. Alright, well, it doesn't have any damage. And Hilbert goes from 34 to 33, because remember, he took that damage in the forest on the way here. And I really like that mechanic. I like the story aspect of what you do in the first part of this and how it kind of affects the combat. But so far in the one-shots that I've done, and even in the campaign that I did before, I don't feel like it ruined your combat. I mean, it definitely made it a little more difficult, but it didn't just ruin it for you. You know, it didn't put you in a position where you're just going to lose if you just roll so bad on the beginning part. But I like the story part, and that kind of, you know, it all is all very thematic, so I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so that was his attack. Mean Wolf is a 15, is a nothing, growls menacingly. And once again, 20. If the henchman's life is 3 or less, remove this card from combat, otherwise nothing happens. So, oh, it's a 10 currently, so yeah, he's not going anywhere. That was his 2. Now the Rabid Forest Wolf. It's a 12. A random hero suffers 1d6. A random hero. Well, let's just use the dice, it's quicker. Oh, wait. Evens will be Hilbert, odds will be Arbosh. Arbosh takes 1d6. He's going to take 4, so it's going to take him from 40 to 36. And then remember, the first hero who loses life from one of the wolf's attacks has to shuffle that card into his draw pile. So we have to take this infected wound card now and put it in his deck. And I put it in the center, so now we're going to do some shuffling. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. The Rabid Forest Wolf. Whoa. Flipped over. The Rabid Forest Wolf is now the who we have to target. Remember, because of the corduroy road. I was really hoping he wouldn't hit this round. Maybe if we got lucky. I guess we're not that lucky. Alright, so okay, that was his first attack. And his second attack is an 11, which is a random hero. Suffers another 1d6. So again, even. Odds. Even. Here. Hilbert's going to take 1d6. Oh gosh, he's going to take 5. So it's going to be 33. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's down to 28. Oof. It's rough up down here. And that's that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to remove a time counter. Okay? And we're going to check our time scale card. At 5, 3, and 1, we draw a new henchman. Nothing happens. We've got one more round where nothing will happen, and then we're going to have some issues. So maybe we can do a little bit better this next round, right? Oh, gosh, you know what? I just realized he takes 1 less from any attack, so he actually will be at 29. I forgot about that. Okay. Neither one of our heroes have 7 cards. Arbosh has 4. Hilbert has 4. Boo. And oh wait, you know what? I just realized something. Gosh, you know what? I just realized. Dang it. Dang it, Cletus. I just realized that I did not do the Owl's dodge roll. For when Arbosh hit him. So, let's roll his dodge. It's a 5. Oh man. That means that he dodged, which means he got half the damage, which means 5 is not enough, so the demonic owl actually did not die. Shoot, which means now it's going to get an attack too. Dang it. Alright, that's a 6. The starting hero suffers 1d6 plus 3. Hilbert. That's a 6. So that's 9 minus 1. He's going to take 8. He's at 29, which means he's going to go down to 21. So he's almost half health. Man. Whew. Wow. Neither one of the wolves have that dodge. So that is good. But, wow. Oh, man. Okay. Cool. So that's the end of the round then.